In this video, I'll explain the differences between a Redline model and a Rev Share model as the main ways commissions in solar are paid out today. Admittedly, as a sales leader and trainer, one of my first gut instincts when a sales rep or coaching client tells me that they lost a deal on price is to push them to consider if they presented enough total value behind solar and if they actually had enough compelling conviction in themselves, in the product, and in the company. Now, although today that should still be top of mind for all of us, man, in today's market and economy, price is and will be the biggest determining factor for our homeowners when they make this decision on choosing a rep and a company to make this switch to solar with. You can absolutely be their favorite rep in the entire world and have the best warranties and the best reputation, and you built this amazing relationship with them, etc. And right now we are still seeing those deals cancel because someone else 3 days later knocked their door and quick pitched them at the door with the same system size for $10K less, and the homeowner simply cannot refuse that deal. No matter how much they love you, no matter how good you made them feel, how much sense you made it make. And before I dive into that, if you're new to the channel and don't know who I am, my name is Rich McCoy. I am the CEO of Rev Energy, a solar sales and training organization. I've helped hundreds of sales professionals close deals faster and easier by leveraging psychology and human behavior. And Rev Marketing, where we help other solar organizations get in front of more customers by supplying booked, qualified appointments so you can spend less time knocking doors and more time in front of customers who actually want pricing for solar on their home. So let's dive in. A Redline in simplest form, a Redline is essentially your fixed wholesale pricing floor. Here's an example of how this works. Let's say you're a sales rep at a sales org that does really great volume. Here's what this commission stacks looks like for most organizations like yours. So a sales org doing really great volume used to be able to have a Redline around $2 even. So then the sales org also has its operational costs. So you see a 25-cent margin on each deal, basically just going to the house. Then the next step above that is leadership, upper leadership. This could be a director or a regionals overrides that are built in on every deal, another 15 cent on every deal. And then from there, direct leadership or sales management typically also has at a minimum an additional 15 cent override on all the deals. So now there is 65 cent on every deal that is going to multiple hands before the sales rep ever even comes into play. So if it's a dollar spread on a 10 kilowatt system, that is $6,500 that goes to the organization and managers even before the sales rep is considered. And with today's dealer fees and interest rates, most sales reps in this situation end up making around 35 cents. So in this scenario, that's about $3,500 that the sales rep keeps and $6,500 that goes to the house. This does still not mean that a Redline is a worse deal, and it doesn't mean that you all should quit your companies right now and just run out of the door. A lot of Redlines are actually fair, make sense if the organization and leadership in fact are providing value, like consistent sales training, canvassing software, CRMs, and then obviously appointments. The problem is if the company isn't providing training materials, appointments, etc., and you're literally out there hand and foot making it happen all on your own while people you've never shook hands with are eating off of your deals before you do, that simply doesn't make any sense. With interest rates and dealer fees today, it's much harder to sell a higher price per watt and earn decent money on deals. So what we accidentally see is a lot of deception. Reps are accidentally put into positions where in order for them to make great income, like their sales leaders and managers keep pushing to them every day, they need to price gouge customers. In most cases, it leads them to oversell undersized systems just to earn a decent commission. And it's like decent is the key word there, not even killing it. I'm seeing guys who are putting homeowners into financial holes that's going to take them decades to recover from just to make a few grand on commission. Guys, this is the biggest problem in the solar industry today, in my opinion. It's persuading sales reps to be unethical to keep up with the industry-wide pressure of making a ton of money in solar. Another con to the Redline right now is that when adders come into play, it's the sales reps' commissions that actually gets reduced and squeezed. While the leadership and the company margins still stay the same, it's the sales reps that generate the lead, close the sales, their margins are being dwindled down. So what you have is you have a lot of guys who are actually making less on their deals than management and leaderships. So when things like complex MPUs, slope adders, small system adders, etc. come into play in the back end, all of these things the rep takes the hit for, not the company. Yet again, I want to reiterate, companies that operate on a Redline model aren't necessarily providing a bad deal for reps. It just depends on the individual company and how they justify it. The biggest pro to a Redline structure is that it's easy for the company to keep track of, it's easy for them to manage and to explain, whereas right now, most just simply aren't familiar with the alternative, which is what I'm going to discuss next, which is a baseline Rev Share model. So let's take a look at a baseline Rev Share model, which is essentially a variable cost pricing floor, compared to a Redline model, which is a fixed pricing floor. Typically, a Rev Share model has a much lower line compared to a Redline. So for us at Rev in a state like Texas, for example, our sub dealers are able to get a baseline as low as $1.66. And the way that it it works for us is super simple. It is a 70-30 split on commission. So right off the bat, significantly lower pricing, with the biggest part is the transparency. So with the Rev Share, you know exactly where every single penny goes on the project, and everyone involved has the same skin in the game. Meaning for us in our sub-dealer program, you know, coming into our relationship, whether you're a broker or a sales organization owner, that you're with a baseline as low as 166, and we split that deal 20% to the installer, 10% to Revis, and then 70% goes back to you, the dealer. So again, a Rev Share stack is a percentage-based variable cost, and it's transparent about where all the money flows. For us, again, 70% goes to our sub-dealer, 20% to the installer, and then only 10% to us. A big pro to that is if and when you get hit with those adders again, while a project is passing through the stages, it's like no more panicking on how do I get these new docs out to the homeowner? How am I gonna get to homeowner to agree on a bigger payment than I actually close them on? With everything being a percentage base, you have a much lower floor and wiggle room on price. When you make less, we make less. And when you make more, we make more. So we're all literally truly in it together. Let's recap a Rev Share. It's typically percentage based, where all parties share dealer fees, we share adders. Now leaders on plans like ours are actually incentivized to help reps sell higher. Let's think about that for a second compared to a Redline. If you're on a Redline and your sales manager and director, no matter what happens on your deal, no matter if you make $300 on a deal or $3,000 on the bill, they make the same amount of money, why would they continue to invest the effort and the resources into making you a better sales professional that can sell higher? This might explain why some of your managers and directors, you can never get a hold of them. Outside of them attending company meetings, they're always on vacation, they're always hiking, they're always at the lake. Again, super hard to get hold of, literally doing anything other than being in the field with you guys and helping you get better as a sales professional. Leaders on Rev Share plans, they know that if you make more money, they make more money. When you're equipped and prepared to sell higher and more often, they're also more likely to have more skin in the game and make more money with you as well. The biggest thing that I want you guys to take home about this Rev Share model is that it simply allows you to no longer leave the home or leave that call without a deal. The floor is much lower. You literally can sell a 10 kilowatt system to your family or to yourself at $166 and make about $1,000 on that deal. You can't do that with a Redline, period. You can get training from every trainer on YouTube. You can buy all the academies and the courses. And at the end of the day, if you don't have great pricing and unbeatable offers for your homeowners, you will keep losing deals to other companies that do. So many people have quietly exited solar in the last 6 months because of pricing and being unable to sell bill bumps. And I don't want you guys to be one of them. If you're a broker or an owner and you're looking to stop losing deals on price, I want to tell you guys about our sub-dealer program. Now, historically, a sub-dealer program has been a raw deal. In most cases, some random guy would sign you up just so that you could get access to what you later found out wasn't even the best Redline, and the whole time they're providing you no value along the way until you talk to someone else at another company and then you ultimately realize what was going on. Our sub-dealer program not only gives you access to the best possible pricing in the country, but we do weekly sales training and leadership training to help you in all the areas of being either an efficient broker or leading and scaling sales teams while closing more deals easier and faster. Right now, that's pretty unheard of. No one else is offering this low pricing as a master dealer while also providing consistent training. We've teamed up with a great nationwide installer who shares the same philosophies and beliefs about the current and future state of solar. And it's my belief that over the next 1 to 2 years, it's the companies and the dealers that can basically be less selfish with their margins and more focused on sustainable growth within their companies, making sure that sales consultants continue to make a high income, ethical opportunity of solar. These are the guys that are gonna win big. These are the guys that are gonna survive. They're the ones that in 3 years are gonna look up and have the biggest teams, the best cultures, the clean books, the great reputations. So in closing, if you feel like you're doing everything possible and you're putting in the best effort and you're still losing deals or not closing as many deals because of price, right now it literally might not be your fault. And if you're tired of that and you wanna see if our program is a good fit, I wanna talk to you. So fill out the application. There's a link below. Disclaimer, the program isn't for everyone. There is criteria that you have to meet to see if you're a good fit. But if you are, we'd obviously love to chat with you and see how we can work together so that you guys are making more money, getting more referrals, and you're selling clean deals, you're beating bills, then you have your homeowners and sales reps happy and satisfied. This could be the difference, man, not only in surviving and staying in solar, but still having time with 1/2 of the year left to still earn over 6 figures in solar. And again, just remember, I want to reiterate, a Redline, it's not a bad thing. And your company isn't a bad company if they have a Redline stack. Just make sure that they can justify identify the levels. If they can't or won't tell you what those levels are and how much each person at each level is making, then that's probably your answer right there. Again, if you're ready for a change, I'd love to hear from you guys. Fill out the form on the link below so that you can earn more money per deals without gouging customers, and you can finally be a professional and sleep well at night knowing that you're doing the right thing by your homeowners, the right thing by your community, and the right thing by your family. But that's it for me today. I'll see you guys next time.